Hey guys, it's Cal, and welcome back to my channel! Yay! I ended up deciding to come back to YouTube. I missed it, and I felt that there was still some stuff that I have to share with the YouTube community, so I'm back. I don't know what that little dance was, but I am back, and I'm going to get more into that in this video. But today I am doing a question and answer video. I had posted on Instagram and on Facebook asking people to submit some questions, some bird related questions, and I am filming it today. Please ignore this little spot. I don't really know what it is. It's not a zit. I really have no idea. It's just like this red mark. So I tried to cover it with makeup. Let's see if this works. Did it work? Not really, but okay. We're just gonna move on here. Now I'm dropping my ring light. I swear, this video, I haven't done it in a while and I'm a little rusty and stuff is going everywhere. Anyways, I printed out my questions on a little piece of paper because I film on my phone still. And yeah, so I guess I'm just going to get into it. The first question I got was from Madeline's Flock, and she asked me, would I ever get a large bird? And the answer to that is yes. I would definitely love to get a larger bird someday, preferably a Pioneus, like a larger species of Pioneus, because I think that they are really cool and I would love to get one. I've been researching those a lot, or an African gray, because my pencil's sliding away here. Because with having high energy birds like conures, because as you know, I have 5 conures total, and that's just my conures. Conures are very high energy, so they can be kind of demanding, like Paulie over here, and actually over in the wall over here, Mango is climbing my tapestry. I would show you, but I would have to move my camera, which it's all set up right now. But yeah, Mango's climbing her tapestry. Paulie's over here doing things. I don't know what they're even doing. So having a larger bird, I would want one that has a little bit calmer personality traits, a little bit more where it kind of sits back, hangs with you, but isn't so clingy. So I think the personality traits of a Pioneus or a African gray would fit perfectly for a bigger bird. So yes, I would absolutely love to own a bigger bird one day. I just don't see it happening right now or for a while. Mostly a space issue, and I don't have space right now for the proper size cage and everything I would need for a larger bird. So that is definitely something that's going to be waiting. Another question I got was from my good friend Ecarg. She actually asked me a couple questions, so you'll hear a couple from her. But she asked me, what type of bird would you never personally own and why? And you know, I kind of hate answering this question, but at the same time, I gotta say probably a macaw. I have nothing against macaws. I think they are great birds. I have, between working at the rescue and bird fairs and stuff, I have handled macaws many times before, and I like them. I really enjoy handling them. I enjoy interacting with them. I enjoy them. I personally would never want to own one. It's just not something I would ever, I don't know. It's nothing really against them. It's just not a bird that I would ever want to own. So I'd have to say the one type of bird that I would never personally own is a macaw. Then I got, also she asked me, what is my dream bird? And my dream bird is a golden conure. Oh my god, I love them. The one shop owner for one of the parrot shops that I go to, he has, I'm sorry, I keep playing with my hair. I put my extensions back in. But he has a golden conure named Jimmy, and I love that bird so much. I would love to one day own a golden conure, but one is they're kind of a rare find here in Ohio, so they're not like easy to come across, and if you do, they are a lot of money and a lot more than what I have currently. So that is definitely a dream bird that is going to probably stay a dream bird. Yeah, which sucks, but I guarantee you I will one day. No, I can't really guarantee that because I probably won't, but maybe one day. I don't know. I would love to own one. That is definitely my dream bird. Next up, my bird tribe asked, when did you start getting into birds and animals? That one goes way back. I have literally been around animals my entire life. Like since I was like a little kid, I have been around animals. My dad got me my first pet when I was 2 years old. I got a kitten. His name was Jack, and he was actually not that good of a cat to anybody except me. He let me do anything to him. I remember being a little kid and I'd make him play, well, I don't remember it, but I seen pictures of it. I had seen pictures of when I was a little kid. He would let me dress him up in like doll clothes and stuff, and this cat, he let me do like whatever, and I had that cat his entire life. He was a good cat, but I got him at 2, and then I think when I was around 4-ish, I got my first parakeets, and my mom got it. It was a blue parakeet. I would love to find the picture because I would insert it in here if I can find it before I post this. I'm actually gonna see if my mom has any idea where that picture is, because I would love to show it. I was like so young and I had this little blue parakeet and I loved him. And then I've probably had just about every animal you can think of, from reptiles, hamsters, gerbils, birds. I've had it all. Dogs, cats. But yeah, I have had pretty much every animal you could think of, and it's just kind of always been a part of my life, and I absolutely love animals, and I found my passion is definitely with birds. Next question. This one is from my good friend Bree, which I blurred out the last name because I don't know if she would want me to put like her full name on there. But she asked me, which bird is the hardest to take care of and which one requires the most attention? And I am going to assume she means out of the birds that I own. And I would say the one that is the hardest to care for, I would have to say, I don't really think any of them are too hard to care for. They're pretty basic to care for, but I would say probably the conures. I think all of the conures are about same level of difficulty, I would say, and I don't really consider it too difficult anyways, but I would have to say the conures are the hardest to care for. And I would say that the one that requires the most attention, hands down, easy, would be Paulie, my blue crown. See yourself on camera? Yeah? He is definitely requires the most attention. He is needy and always wants to be with me, be on me, be around me. He constantly is getting into stuff. He definitely requires the most attention. So, if you want a Velcro bird that literally stays with you 24/7, get yourself a Paulie. And the opposite of that question is actually another one from eCarg, and that is, what is the easiest bird I've had to take care of? And that is super simple, and that is Fiji, my Rosy Bourke. She is the most sweet loving bird, and she requires almost no maintenance. Like, she doesn't get an attitude like the Conures or the other birds where they would get like attitudes if, hi, where they would get like attitudes if you don't follow your routines properly and everything. These birds make it so hard to film. I forgot how difficult it is to film with a bunch of birds. But yeah, basically to answer the question, Rosy Bourke is the easiest species of parrot I have ever dealt with. And both in care and in attention levels, both in care and in requiring attention. They just are definitely one of the easiest birds to care for, unlike this crazy one that is jumping away from me now. Why don't you go over here? Here. Okay. My hair looked nice at the start of this. Why don't you just chill? Why don't you just chill, Paulie? Would you just chill so I can finish filming this, please? Okay, another one from eCarg is, how long does it how long does it take to care for your birds on a daily basis? And that one kind of varies, I'm gonna say. And that one I'd have to say varies depending on the day. It depends on what level of what maintenance they need, general thing. But I would say probably about, and this is just general care, not attention or taking care of them, because that's pretty much every waking minute that I am home involves having them out, working with them, playing with them, whatever. But actual like maintenance, like cage cleanings, changing food and water, spot cleaning, all that stuff, I would say probably about an hour and a half or 2 hours a day, because in the mornings they get their cage liners cleaned, they get fresh food, fresh water, they get their chop, they get all of that. And then at night I also change their water again, and I, clean up any food, veggies, anything like that that got in the cage. So I would say to take care of a flock this size, I would say just maintenance alone would be about an hour and a half to 2 hours per day. And as far as actually like entertaining them and having them free in the room and everything, I would have to say that is a pretty much full-time job. But it's not a job because I love them and I don't mind it. Okay, so Anna asked, should I get my parakeet a friend, or will a mirror work and he will think he has a friend? Oh, okay. This question. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna assume you mean a budgie, because there are lots of different types of parakeets, but this I'm gonna assume you mean budgie, but this also pretty much applies to all birds, I think. First off, no mirrors. No. Mirrors are horrible for birds. I just don't know why companies still make mirror toys and stuff for birds, because it actually can cause psychological problems that lead to plucking and self-mutilating, barbering their feathers, depression, aggression, and a whole host of other problems. What do you want? Okay. Why are you Okay, let me try this again. And a whole host Are you guys done? Okay, a whole host of other problems, because birds actually are unable to know the difference between a reflection and seeing another bird. So the mirror, while your bird may think he has a friend, he actually is, from my research, mirrors tend to cause a lot of behavioral problems and other issues, so never give your bird a mirror. And second, as for the friend comment, that would be entirely up to you. If you are looking for a bird that is going to bond to you or be a friend to you, you are looking for a bird that is going to be bonded to you and a friend to you, I would say stick with one bird, because that bird is going to befriend you when you are working with them and spending time with them. But if you do not have time to spend with your bird, or you really kind of you really don't care if they are super bonded to you, then I would say yes, get the bird another friend, get the bird a friend, but that totally is a decision that is up to you on whether you want to have a bird that is super bonded to you, or if you just kind of want to, watch your birds doing their thing and that. So I would say definitely that one's a personal decision, but please, please, please do not go with mirror. Mirrors are a huge no-no. Alright, next we have 2 questions from Live Laugh Birds. The first one is, what inspired you to start YouTube? And I would have to say, I actually kind of have always wanted to do YouTube, probably for like 10 years now. I originally was planning on doing a makeup channel, but it just kind of never made any videos. I just never did it. But with the birds, I decided to do it because I feel there's not enough creators on this platform that give information about birds and educate people about birds. Like, if you wanted to know about a rabbit or a hamster or any kind of reptile you could possibly think of, you could probably type that in, and from all the top pet tuber creators on here, you could probably find 30 videos on the same subject to give you kind of a wide variety of different opinions and different ways to care for your animals. But when you do the same thing for birds, I feel there's only really about a handful of quality creators on this platform that really educate about birds, and I felt that I could, help with that and share some of my knowledge, which is actually what I'm going to be doing with this channel. I am going to be doing some series, and I am going to be dedicating this channel to educating everybody on birds, on avian behavior, on that sort of thing, because I just really feel there need to be more creators that educate people on birds, and I want to help with that, and I want to be one of them. So that is definitely the direction this channel is going to be going. And Elle from Live Laugh Birds also asked me what my favorite part of doing YouTube is. And I would have to say I really enjoy being able to share my pets, and they bring me so much joy, and I want to share them with everybody else. So when I get comments of people saying, oh my god, I love this bird of yours, oh my god, this bird is so cute, it just makes me feel so happy knowing that I am sharing something that I love, and I am sharing my wonderful pets on YouTube, and other people are getting joy, hopefully, from seeing them. So that would definitely be my favorite part of YouTube. And kind of going similar on the whole joy that the birds bring me is another question from my friend E-Card. Thank you so much for filling this video up with all the questions. And she asked me, when you're sad, what about your birds make you happy? And I would have to say they have like a magic superpowers, I swear, because every time I'm feeling sad or angry or upset about anything, all I gotta do is come into my room and let the birds out and have all of them doing crazy things and cuddling with me and just being such amazing little companions. They can turn any mood around in no time. They can make me so happy, except when they're doing that, especially when I'm trying to film. But they just like light up my world. I just love my birds so much, and yeah, they're a lot of work, but I would not trade them for the world because I love them so much. And final question is actually from Just Jibs. Hi, Dad. And he asked, why don't all my green cheeks live in the same cage together? In case you didn't know, I have four green cheek conures, and most people, not most, but a lot of people would say if you have a bunch of the same species of bird, why not, you know, have like a big aviary cage and house them all together? And the reason for that is, one, I personally prefer to give each and every bird their own space, so kind of like a kid having their own bedroom. And I think it's important for them to be able to have their own space to go to. Like, for example, Tiki and Mango, my pineapple and my normal green cheek, are bonded. Those two are a bonded pair, and they love each other so much. But I have actually tried to house those two together, and it was a disaster because one dominated the other, which in this case it was my pineapple, it was Mango. He dominated Tiki horribly, and it wasn't till, and I didn't really see it, like when I was doing maintenance and stuff, I didn't really see it, so I didn't really know it was a problem yet. It wasn't until I noticed during their monthly weigh-ins, it wasn't until I noticed that Tiki was losing weight that I started realizing something was wrong. So I was paying closer attention to it and trying to figure out, you know, what was wrong, because he was healthy, he looked good, he just was losing weight. And I mean, when I say he looked good, he did have stress bars and stuff, but Tiki is, anybody who knows anything about my birds knows that Tiki has really bad birdie anxiety. I mean, this bird, he gets stress bars, it freaks out at the drop of a hat. Like, it literally, any change in routine whatsoever sends him into a crazy spiral. So I didn't really attribute too much to that, which I should have, but when he started losing weight is when I realized something was up. So I, you know, kept a closer watch on it, and I realized because Mango was being so dominant over Tiki, he actually was not letting him eat. Like, I don't know, that could just be my bird problems, like this is what my birds did, but I separated them back out and everything was fine. They went back to doing their own thing. They still hang out. They're out of the cage, which is 24/7 basically. As long as I'm home, they're out. And since going back into their own separate cages, Tiki's stress bars have cleared up, and he is back to a normal weight. Actually, he is a couple grams up from his original weight. He's getting a little chunky on me here. Also, Rio, who is, I don't know, you can't see him, he's way up there, is super aggressive to my other birds. He literally cannot be around them. He loves people, he despises other birds, and he can't be around other birds because he will attack them, and so he has to be separate. But the other three do get along really well, but I'm a huge advocate for giving every single bird their own space, and I have never in all of the years that I have dealt with birds ever had a positive experience come from housing two birds together. It's always some kind of issue, whether one starts picking on the other, one dominates the other. I've just never had luck with it, and I highly recommend, for your bird's own sanity, to give them their own space, just like I said, just like you would a child having their own bedroom, their own space to go. And yeah, I don't know, I think that is it. I think we crossed off all the questions. So thank you guys all so much for sending those in. I really appreciate it, because literally this video wouldn't be possible without them, like literally. I think my next video, if you guys would like to see it, I'm thinking about doing a updated all of my birds video, so that you kind of get the idea of who's here, what's changed in my flock, just generally just get to see who's here. Yeah, because we've had a couple changes, we've had some additions, and we've had a couple changes within the flock, so I am going to do a updated updated bird video, all my pets video next. And I am happy to be back, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, bye!